Well, everyone, this is Peter Brown with Local Weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading in towards the end of July. I know it's hard to believe that we are almost into August. August being the third month in meteorological summer. Yes, I am not harking towards fall at all. I know there's a lot of you out there that love the warm weather just like myself, and we're not quite ready to look forward to that time of the year yet. But as we start our period on Friday, we should be seeing temperatures at this time of the year in the mid-80s, and we are going to be a good 10 to maybe 15 degrees above that on Friday. It is going to be a very hot, very muggy day out there. Temperatures in the mid-90s. If we see a little bit more in the way of sun than what I'm seeing right now, we could see temperatures jump up into the upper 90s, maybe approaching 100 before a cold front comes in here late in the day. And then as we get towards the end of our period, the end of next work week into Thursday, again, July 31st, I know it's hard to believe that we are almost done with July. Our temperatures, again, should be in the mid-80s this time of the year, and we're actually going to be looking at what I think is going to be the start of a cooling trend as we head towards the end of July and early August. Looks like we're going to be seeing some stronger Canadian high-pressure centers moving down into our area. That should be expected as we start to head in towards the latter portions of summer now. The Northern Hemisphere has been turning away from the sun ever since the summer solstice, so it takes a little bit of time for that to show up in our temperatures. I'm sure we're going to have some pretty warm conditions out there to go ahead, but just to let you know, it looks like some cooler, drier air as we get towards the end of the period. And of course, now that we are almost into August, you can definitely notice the shortening of these length of day in terms of our sunshine out there. Especially if you're up early in the morning, you definitely can notice it is darker out there. When we were in June, you were waking up, if you had to be up at 5 in the morning, it was pretty bright out there already. It's now pretty dark in the morning if you're getting up that early, and our sunsets are now happening earlier and earlier. In fact, we've lost about 25 minutes worth of daylight since we passed the summer solstice in June. So another mark that we are getting in towards the second half of summer. So as you go ahead, let's take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us in terms of temperatures and precipitation in the next 7 to 10 days. Nothing too crazy right here, nothing really standing out, looking for us to have a chance of above average temperatures. That's going to be especially true on Friday, and then the start of next work week. Now again, like I said, looks like we're going to have a cooling trend after that, and looking at our precipitation chances, they are calling for us to have above average precipitation. Again, nothing too organized, no threats from the tropics coming our way anytime in the foreseeable future. Looks like this is just going to be due to some garden variety pop-up showers and thunderstorms, so nothing crazy out there, but something to give your lawns and your flowers a nice drink, as it has been kind of dry out there over the past 6 weeks or so here in the Burlington area. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up. And again, looking at Friday, this is going to be the warmest day of the period, warmest day of the week for sure. Temperatures in the mid-90s. Now, we are going to have near record high temperatures on Friday. This only a few days after we had near record lows on Monday night going into Tuesday morning, where we see temperatures in the upper 40s in many areas around Burlington. So definitely a tale of extremes here. Then, as we get in towards the weekend, getting into Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see that sun come out on Saturday. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day out there. Temperatures in the low to mid-80s. A little bit more in the way of humidity and showers on Sunday. Temperatures being held down a little bit as we have a little bit of low pressure hanging over our heads here. Monday and Tuesday, again, going to see those showery conditions. Again, kind of sticky out there. Temperatures around average for this time of the year in the mid-80s. But after that, we think a cold front is going to swing through all of New England, and that's going to start bringing our temperatures and humidity down by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday. And by the time we get to Thursday, it looks like our temperatures are going to be hovering around 80 and below average, but very comfortable and dry out there. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.